All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chid from Gooner Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is to review the Arsenal versus Huddersfield game. And joining me, I've got a couple of guests. As always, I've got Lee. Say hello to the people, Lee.
Evening, happy Sunday. 21 unbeaten. Bored out my box yesterday. Soaking wet. I'm still fucking freezing now, hence why I still got my hat on. I might have to get down A&E and get surgically removed at some point over the winter, you know what I mean? Fucking, I hate this weather, man, seriously. But yeah, thanks for all tuning in again. Listen to me
You
chat
get
shit.
hated off for that hat. I have actually seen it in person.
Right, mate, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, mate, like I've said to you a million times before, you can praise a player, you'll get hate. You can slag that same player off, you'll get hate. So just say what you feel.
True.
Yeah? Fuck the haters. Haters gonna hate. They're still fucking watching.
True.
I'll toast to that.
And making his debut, or as Lee would say, breaking his virginity. A guy I've met in person a few times before at games. Say hello to the people, Lewis. Say hello to the people.
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. We haven't sung that for a while, so I thought I'd get that little one in there.
This is true. So yeah, first things first. Lee, do you still have your balloon from yesterday?
No, do you know what? It was quite funny actually, right? Because I had that balloon, and the only reason I brought a packet of balloons, right, is when I left to go to the game, I needed, I couldn't find my lighter. So I went and bought a lighter, and I thought, you know what, I just read somebody's tweet saying, if you don't go on AFTV with a balloon today, you failed, right? So I thought, you know what, when I go and buy a lighter, I'm going to see if they got a packet of balloons. Right? So I still got 19 balloons in my car. Yeah, and I couldn't find any red ones. I wanted a red one, but they only had green or orange or blue, and I thought, I'll just go green, innit, right? But it was funny because I did my video with AFTV, and I was chatting to Lewis and a few other people, and then Tal said to me, I don't think it recorded properly. I think the file corrupted. I was like, fuck off. I threw the balloon away. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing it again. No, I've got to go through all that again. And then eventually it was sweet and it weren't corrupted, so it went up. But yeah, I thought it was a bit of banter, man. But it was funny. In the game, yeah, all around the stadium, there was balloons flying around. At one point, there was a balloon on the pitch. Yeah, and I was just like, and nobody popped it. Like the players are just walking, Aubameyang's just walking past it, just like looking at it.
Probably too shook to pick it up, just in case.
The newspapers have been open, praying he picked that up.
It would have been jokes, yeah. But it was funny because I watched Emery's press conference after the game, and they asked him about Balloon Gate, and he said that we're not allowed to say nothing on it because there's a criminal investigation going on. So he's not legally allowed to say anything about it. So he had to swerve that question because the nightclub involved put a tweet out yesterday with a statement saying that that they didn't authorize anybody to record that shit. It's theft, and they're leading their own investigation along with helping the police. So somebody has stolen that and broken every data protection, or like we said the other day, but. I thought it was, I thought it was hilarious, man. Just rock up to the game with a balloon, and it was funny, right? Because Robbie didn't know I had the balloon in it, yeah, right. And I'd already blown it up, right? I'd already blown it up a little bit, and the way he answered the question was perfect, yeah. Because I was like, yeah. Then we got on the gas. Yeah, it was like if he had asked me something completely different, I would have been fucked. I wouldn't have been able to use it. But it was just so funny the way it worked out. But there was another lad there, I can't remember his name, sound guy, man. Yeah, and he had a balloon as well. He had a big blue balloon blown up and all that, yeah. But yeah, he's fucking funny, man. But it made up for the boring game I watched. So it was just like, let's have a bit of banter with it, innit?
Well, speaking of the game, Lewis, you remember the game yesterday?
Well, let's just say, going down to the Tolly, yeah, I was absolutely battered. Didn't see much of the game. Managed just to catch Lucas Torreira going upside down for this bicycle kick and the ball going in the net. And then the 3 yellow cards that we got for simulation. So yeah, I kind of saw most of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, this balloon thing. I mean, the way the opposition fans are going on about it is like it's the worst thing ever. And I've had to remind other fan bases that you've had a player very recently done for drink driving.
Mm.
Right? You remember when Rio Ferdinand swerved his drugs test?
Yep.
Mm.
To
Mm.
me,
Didn't he
all
get an
right,
8-month ban? Was it an 8-month or 9-month ban or something? He
something
got for
like
that,
that,
innit?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it like, all right, they've gone out in the preseason, right? They've had some fun. They shouldn't have done it, but they've done it. And now, because we're on this really good bit of form, and we've gone 21 games unbeaten, the Sun are now looking to nitpick at us because they can't actually write any bad press about the football we're playing because we keep drawing and we keep winning games. So to me, it's like a small little accolade to the club and how well we've done since August.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the language, and I was saying this to Lee the other day, the language that they used about hippie crack, call it what it is. Like, why not call it helium or whatever, or laughing gas or whatever it is they're
Get
taking?
it in dentists. That's the thing. It is
Exactly.
legal. And all these people crying, oh, you lot should be embarrassed. I'm like, hold on a minute. How many of you are out there smoking a joint right now?
Exactly.
How many of you have gone out this weekend and done tons of flipping cocaine and whatever you do to enjoy yourself? So don't be
Exactly.
hypocrites, please.
Hmm.
Don't be a hypocrite. All right, they are high profile footballers and get paid a lot of money,
Mm.
and I think the club dealt with it in the right way. Right, we're not going to fine you. You need to just be reminded of your roles and your responsibilities, and that's it. That's all that needs to be said.
Mm. Yeah.
And the fact that we won yesterday makes it even sweeter because the press can't say nothing.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Mr. Gunner.
Yes.
So we grinded that game out yesterday. I mean, really grinded that game out. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't a great game to watch, but we got the result. We got the 3 points. I know that a lot of people are banging on about the way we performed yesterday. Does it even bother you?
No.
Yeah.
I said on the way back from the game with the people I was with that if we had played Brighton and Southampton and then put a performance in like that against Huddersfield, I'd be concerned. The fact that we played Tottenham and we all know the intensity of that game. Yeah, we've all watched it. We some of us were there, some of us watched it on TV, but you could sense it even on TV. Yeah, everyone put everything into that game. We then 3 days later had to go away to Old Trafford. And if you look at Man United's starting 11 yesterday compared to the starting 11 against us, yeah, Eric Bailly weren't even in the squad yesterday. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like he was worried, man. Jose was worried, and I'll be honest, that was probably one of Man United's best performances of the season. You know, and I still think we should have won that game. But
Yeah.
I think that after having them 2 games, to then go into Huddersfield, and they were naughty yesterday, man. Some of the tackles they were putting in, right, were a little bit over the top. Like, it was just a joke, some of the shit they were getting away with. And then, like, the referee had mate, that was the worst refereeing performance I've ever seen.
And that's the thing, because I remember when we did the preview, not at one point were either of us thinking Huddersfield are a physical team.
Exactly.
It was like when they turned up yesterday, we were like, what the fuck is this? What is happening?
I can't remember their number 5's name, yeah? Their centre back, I can't remember his name. Mate, the geezer's a fucking mountain. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't say Glenn Murray. The chat room.
Oh,
mate, that was fucking
that
funny.
was funny.
But I sent you the picture, innit? Yeah, you can see why I
you
thought
did.
that, innit?
I could see how you got confused.
Same colour kit, yeah, and they look the same, innit?
Yeah,
right?
I can see how you got confused.
But yeah, no, they were physical yesterday, and they didn't come to try and score a goal. Let's be real, yeah. They sat there and they just went, right, come and break us down. Yeah, we ain't going over halfway. They had one chance, I think, where we fucked up. They squared it back. The guy spooned it over the bar. Then they had another chance where they whipped a ball in and Leno parried it a little bit forward and then caught the ball. But other than that, they did fuck all, mate. Literally nothing, right? They came to play for a 0-0 draw, right? Yeah. And their game plan nearly pulled off, right? Now, I see on social media so many people, right? And this is what fucking winds me up with football fans, not just Arsenal, but any fan, right? Mm-hmm. We played Tottenham, we played them off the park. We played Man United, and bar a 10, 15-minute spell against Man United, we played them off the park, right? We play Huddersfield. We lack creativity. We missed so-and-so today, yeah? No, we fucking didn't, because we won the game, yeah? We created a goal that was disallowed. We created umpteen chances where it was just the wrong pass or the wrong, just holding on to it just a tad too long. Mkhitaryan and Xhaka, they were holding on to the ball. Kolasinac got in so many good positions in the box. He done it against Man United as well, right? And Kolasinac gets so into really great positions, but then his final ball, he divers and the chance is gone, right? Now, if he, and it reminds me of Hector Bellerin last season, got in so many great positions last season, didn't do enough with it. And I'm not going to slate Kolasinac because I think he has actually been a great outlet on that left wing back position. Yeah. And up and down, up and down, up and down. He's been fantastic, right? But if he could cross or have a bit of composure to pick out the right guy, we would have beaten United comfortably. We would have beaten Huddersfield comfortably, right? And I'm not saying that Monreal would have done any better, although I do rate Monreal higher than Kolasinac, but Monreal don't play in a three at the back with the wing back. He'll play in the four. Do you see what I mean, right? So Kolasinac gives us that extra option. But I said this to you the other day, right? And I put it on my Twitter yesterday. Rob Holding, when you play in a back three, is the ball carrying centre back, and Emery's trusting him to go over halfway with the ball. And if you watch against Tottenham, right, and other games this season, Rob Holding is on the edge of the opposition box, right? Socrates then drops into his position and Mustafi shifts over. They're the two at the back. And then Torreira's just protecting that with Xhaka sort of floating about a little bit further forward, right? But Rob Holding is on the edge of the opposition box. Kolasinac offers the overlap, right? If we lose the ball, we've still got enough going the other way, right? To stop the counter-attack, yeah? Right? Yesterday, we put Socrates there. We then put Lichtsteiner where Mustafi plays, and Mustafi shifted over to centre, yeah? Right? Socrates could not do that job. Socrates is an old-fashioned Martin Keown, have it, rough it up and get rid of the ball. Every time he tried to carry it over halfway, he run up the wing, stopped, turned around, and passed it all the way back. Right? Whereas if that was Rob Holding, he would have dropped his shoulder, he would have played a 1-2, he would have carried on. We are going to massively miss Rob Holding if we want to play three at the back. Massively. Right? Because Socrates, as much as I love the guy and I think he's been fantastic and everything we've needed at centre-back, if you want to play three at the back, Socrates can't be that ball-carrying centre-back. Yeah, he's got to be the one that just take yourself off mute, bruv.
Yeah. So, you know, the funny thing is, I pressed the unmute button and it didn't. Nothing happened. Anyway, yeah. Socrates will tell you himself he doesn't like the ball at his feet. In fact, his whole philosophy is as soon as he gets the ball, pass it to someone who knows what to do.
He likes the physical contact. Look at the way he was dealing with Kane the other day, grabbing hold of him, yeah, dragging him down to the ground and stuff like that. Yeah, Rob Holding don't really do that sort of thing. Rob Holding's a more of a John Stones type player. Like, he don't want the physical side of it, but he can have the physical side. But his best asset is carrying the ball and his vision and his composure when he's got the ball at his feet. Whereas Socrates is a throwback to Keown days, man. Like, yeah, you want to fucking fight? Let's have a fight, because you ain't beating me. But the ball comes to me, I'm hoofing it rose ed, rather than taking any tippy-tappy passes. Now, he was asked to do something different yesterday, and I don't think it worked, although I do think he was our best player yesterday. So I'm sort of contradicting myself a little bit because I thought every time the ball did go up to their lump up front, he just cleaned up. Yeah, every single time. I thought he was man of the match. I know Torreira got the goal and he was unreal, but I do think Socrates was man of the match yesterday.
Do you then think that, I suppose this kind of brings in a new question then. I don't think that Koscielny can play 2 games in a row during a week, but what I think they may look to do is put Monreal as one of those back three defenders and maybe rotate with Lichtsteiner, because people forget Mustafi isn't just suspended. My man is injured now. So he's going to be injured for at least 3 weeks. So we're going to need almost.
I wouldn't go 3 at the back. I wouldn't go 3 at the back. I'd go back to a back 2.
Me too.
Because at the end of the day, you're putting Lichtsteiner at centre back. You're putting Monreal at centre back. You could put Jenkinson at centre back. You've got Koscielny, who's been out for a fucking eternity, right? To risk putting Koscielny in with Lichtsteiner and Monreal, for example, right? Mate, I'm sorry. Right, Lichtsteiner's a right back, Monreal's a left back. And then you're going with a centre back who's been all right for Arsenal. You know I don't really rate him, but he's been all right. Yeah? But he's just come back off an 8-month injury. That is weak as fuck, that back 3. Fuck that. Go with a 2. Put an extra midfielder in there, right? And get that extra midfielder, say Guendouzi, yeah, to then come and protect that as well. We've seen what Guendouzi can do, man. Like, the guy's fucking energy is unreal. But then when you got Xhaka and Torreira sat there, right? We know, like yesterday, Torreira played further forward. He was almost like the number 10. Yeah, hence why he scored that goal where he scored it, because he was the furthest fucking midfielder forward, right? And Guendouzi was asked to sort of do the defensive side of it alongside Xhaka. And I felt it worked to a certain degree, but I'd rather have Torreira and Xhaka rather than Xhaka and Guendouzi. But if you play a 4 at the back instead of a 5 at the back, that means you're only playing with 2 centre-backs instead of risking another one square peg in round hole. You see what I mean? And listen, Southampton are shit, yeah? No disrespect to them. I don't dislike their football club or their fans, right? But they're shit, right? Only 3 centre-backs. Exactly. Do you remember the 4-0 on Boxing Day?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That guy scored a fucking worldie against us, mate, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Never been seen since, the fella, yeah? But I wouldn't risk putting Koscielny in with 2 players that ain't used to playing centre-back. I don't know if Mavropanos is fit or whether he's trained. I don't know. I'd maybe consider playing that young lad that we played in Europa League. I can't pronounce his name. The Spanish kid.
Julio.
That's
I'm
him.
not even going to try.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, maybe play him in the Europa League on Thursday and get him match fit alongside Koscielny, for example, and get him up to scratch for the Southampton game and see how they go from that game. And if Koscielny's up to it, then play him. And if you have to sub him, you have to sub him after half hour, 60 minutes, whatever it may be. But I'd go with them 2 in that game.
Yeah. Okay. Lewis, how about what about for you? How would you fix some of our defensive woes coming out of the game?
Hopefully, Chig, he doesn't do what flipping the old manager did and play El Nene back there.
I love how you said that. He's keeping that theme going.
If I see any of that bullshit from Emery, I can't do it, man. I'll end up crying. I end up going down to the technical area and giving him a slap and saying, "What are you doing?" But it's a hard one because we always seem to get these injuries at this stage of the season. Always, we're on a great bit of form. You know, defense keeps chopping and changing, and it's a hard one. I know Mavropanos is back in training from what I've seen over the week, but I don't think he's match fit. Like Lee says, it's a bit unfair to just throw Koscielny in at the deep end after being out for so long. It's looking like it's going to have to be a back 4, but what back 4? I don't know. It's going to be Socrates and with Kolasinac and Bellerin, but who's going to be that other centre back? I don't think we should play Monreal there. I think we need to have a player that is an actual centre back to play in that role. If we're gonna have any chance,
especially in the back 4, completely agree. Completely agree.
But don't put El Neni in there. If I see him in that, I'm not watching the game. I am not watching the game. I don't believe in putting someone who's a defensive midfielder. Yeah, I get it, but not at Arsenal. Please don't do it. It's been tried, tested, doesn't work. Jenkinson at centre back. I'm not fussed. I'm not keen on that one either. He was awful against who did we have in Europa League? What game was it? It was Karabag, wasn't it? No, Victoria. That's it. That team in Kiev, and he played him in that centre half. I don't want to see Jenkinson at centre half ever again.
Nah. Especially with
I don't want to see Jenkinson ever again. Full stop.
I know you don't.
I'm gonna say the players that you speak of in El Nene and Jenkinson, they're not good enough in their own position. Never mind asking them to
I
play.
might disagree with you just slightly, Chief. I think El Nene is he's just a simple footballer.
Mate, I used to
and he just
have faith in El Nene.
He just gives it simply, and sometimes you need that in a team. Sometimes you don't need someone who can flip and do 20 million nutmegs in a game. Sometimes you just want someone to get the ball and give it to like the likes of Xhaka, Torreira, Ozil, Iwobi, Aubameyang. You just need that simple player sometimes just to give the ball and done. Look at Ray Parlour. Probably one of the most underrated players we ever had, but he was so simple with the ball. And it worked.
Oh, listen, I love me the Romford Pele. Don't get it twisted. But I think with El Nene, I used to have faith. Me and Lee used to sing El Nene's praises for months and months, much ridicule in the comments, by the way. And then I've seen him this season and towards the back end of last season, and I was like, oh no, this guy does not have it anymore. Like, what's happened? Like, for me, I've lost faith. If they decide to sell him in January or end of the year, apparently Leicester are interested in him. I think that's the only reason Arsenal decided to give him a new contract, just to kind of shore up his value. I'm all for it, if that's the case. Honestly, I'm all for it. But yeah,
I wouldn't sleep on him going, but I'm just saying, while he's here.
While he's here, make use of him. I know what you're saying.
Make use of him.
Yeah. So Lee, if we're talking about switching to a back four, you know what that means. And I saw Claude say it in the chat room earlier. Is that going to mark the return of a certain Mr. Özil?
No. Let's be real. Let's just be real here, right? Let's be real.
We won without him. Yeah, we know you're going to say we won without him.
Listen,
dislikes.
I don't care. I say what I see. I'm consistent with what I say, right? Yesterday, like I said, we did not miss no creativity from Mr. Missing, right?
Mr. Missing.
By the way, I've said on here before as well, I don't hate the guy. Yeah? I want him to turn up and play properly. He don't want to do that. Ta-ta, get on the bench, get out the squad. And I see a video, right? And this is where I see a video where he went and surprised a young boy yesterday at the game.
I saw that.
And the shit he does, right? And I've seen that firsthand, right? Like I've said before, I've been 5 foot away from the guy, yeah? He's parked up in his car 5 foot away from me. I could have jumped out like a fanboy and had a selfie with the guy. I don't want to because I don't rate him. So why am I going to, after slagging the guy off, right, go and fucking have a selfie with him, right? But I'll tell you what, right? The people that he did have selfies with, he stood there and he shook the little boy's hand and he was chatting to the kid. Yeah, and he was chatting to the parent. Mate, the guy's a fucking gentleman. Yeah, off the pitch, that guy is so class, right? On the pitch, not for me. Not for me, right? And let's be real. How many games of this 21 unbeaten run has he started? Can somebody give us that stat? Seeing as they love stats. Seeing as they love stats and pie charts and fucking, fucking Pythagoras' theory and all that bullshit. Oh, yeah, he's got 50 assists quicker than it. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, watch the game. I see somebody earlier say, fucking, what game was it? Oh, we lost against so-and-so because Ozil got subbed. Chelsea at the Bridge. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we were in that game until he got subbed. Fuck off, man. He did fuck all. Yeah, I was at that game. I watched that game, right? He did nothing. right? Against Man City, he miscontrolled a ball, which 9 times out of 10 he would control and it would tap in the back of the net, yeah? If he'd scored that, we're back in the game with 10, 12 minutes to go plus stoppage time, right? This against City that were in walk mode. They were taking the piss out of us at times in that game, right? But that was the first game of the season, blah, blah, blah. Emery dropped him. He subbed him. He dropped him against West Ham. We had the hoo-ha. How many games has he actually played since Chelsea away in this 21 unbeaten? How many games has he played? I want to know.
And I'll bring Stephen in on this because he made an excellent comment. And he goes, "Blimey, Özil has more back spasms than my granddad. Fuck off."
Mate, if I was carrying around a backpack full of 350 grand every week, I'd have back spasms as well, bruv. You know what I mean? Listen, at the end of the day, he's a good footballer. I ain't going to take that away from him. Technically, he's probably the best footballer at the club. Now Santi's gone, yeah? Santi was, in my opinion. But he is now technically the best footballer we've got, right? But at the end of the day, technical ability, when it's not working, is irrelevant. You need to have that hard graft, that heart and hunger. Emery, look at Emery's players over the years. Take PSG out the equation, right? Go back to Sevilla days. Go and tell me, right? Ever Banega, yeah, who was his number 10. Go and watch the performances of that number 10 under Emery at Sevilla and tell me that Ozil's better than him. Don't believe it. Because that guy would fucking run through brick walls for that team, mate, yeah? He won't for us, which is why I don't buy into this back spasm bullshit, right? And then you've got all the fanboys coming out going, oh, he's had back spasm since 2010. Really? How comes he was never having these at Real Madrid then?
I must admit, I'm not as vocal as Lee when it comes to my criticism of Özil. For me, I also say shit like I say, but I won't necessarily go on about a particular player. I'm not saying Lee does, but it's just not my particular style. One thing I have noticed is when you present somebody even the possibility that Özil may not be trying, or Özil may leave, or Özil may not have an injury, the amount of people that come on your comments and your mentions talking about, what are you talking about? This, you're talking about.
If you don't understand, this is the best one. If you don't understand what he does, you don't understand football. Gosh. Maybe I do, and that's why I think he's bang average. Yeah, because I see what he does, because I'm at most of the games. And when you watch it on TV, you do not see everything. You boys know that. You go to games, yeah? When you're at the ground, you see the whole pitch, right? There's times when I've seen that guy walking. Yeah. Mickey done it yesterday. Mickey lost the ball yesterday. He's fucking walking, right? You wouldn't see that on TV. You would not see that on TV because the camera's panned up with the guy, yeah? And I'm like, Mickey has come on at half time. He is fucking walking. He is walking. Why are you walking?
That shit annoyed the fuck out of me as well. I think go on, Chick.
Go on, sorry.
I actually think Ozil's falling out of love with football now. Now that you're saying all this, like the walking, this back spasm, he's playing too much Fortnite. I genuinely think now that he's got this contract, he's set. That's it for him. That's the big pension payout, and he's actually falling out of love with football. Because when he was at Madrid, that man loved his football.
Yeah, you can see when he was at Madrid. Look, Lewis, right? When he's at Madrid, right? Jose had sub him after 65 minutes every fucking week. It was like Lacazette with us last season. Yeah. Right? He would get a tune out of him for 65 minutes and he would dominate games, yeah? He'd drop his shoulder, he'd run down the wing. He was playing right wing for half of the games at Madrid, yeah? And he's running past people. Then Jose had sub him because he knew he couldn't play 90 minutes, right? You go and look at his stats at Madrid of how many times he played 90 minutes, hardly any, because Jose knew how to get the best out of him, yeah? We ain't getting the best out of him. Since then, right, we signed him. He's won a World Cup, right? I've seen people, and this is how deluded his fuckboys are, yeah? His fanboys, right? Oh, well, he stopped a 9-year trophy drought. Really? Can you tell me what he did in the final then? Because it was Aaron Ramsey who scored the winner from a back heel from Giroud, which was set up by Sonogo. Yeah? It was Santi Cazorla who pinged a 35-yard free kick in to get us back in the fucking game. Yeah? Did he score in the semi-final? Did he score in the quarter-final? Yeah? So fuck all this bullshit. Let's just have it as it is, yeah? The guy Take out assist stats. And by the way, Aaron Ramsey got 2 assists against Everton. One where he passed it to Lacazette 25 yards out. He cut in and pinged it in, right? And one where he fell over the ball when Aubameyang tapped it in. Fuck assists, man. Watch the games. Watch what they actually do for 90 minutes, Because I'll tell you something now, right? I would rather have 11 Guendouzi's in my team than 11 Mesut Ozils. Yeah, I'd rather have 11 Lucas Torreira's in my team than 11 Mesut Ozils, because you are getting heart and commitment from both of them players, right? Which is why Torreira is fucking man of the match for the last 5 out of 6 games, and why Guendouzi has been trusted to play at Old Trafford away, Chelsea away, Man City at home, and come on as a second half sub against Tottenham. I think he played against Liverpool as well, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So the big teams we've played this season, Guendouzi's played and featured in every single one of them fucking games, right? Now, take nothing away from Ozil, because I thought he was fantastic against Liverpool. But how many times has he started in this 21-game run? How many times? I'd say half of them. Do we miss him? No, we fucking don't. Do we get more out of fucking the players coming off the bench like Guendouzi, like the Lacazettes, like fucking Iwobi and Mickey? They might not be better players, but as a group, as a team, as a squad, we're performing a lot better without this guy than if he's in the fucking squad. And Emery rumbled him after 2 games, mate. I'm telling you, he will be gone, if not in January, 100% in the summer. Yeah, and good riddance to the guy. 350 grand a week is a joke.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. My only point when I put that story up, basically, because Inter Milan are supposedly linked with.
Good. I'll pay for his flight.
Bid, right? And I said, and all I put was, it wouldn't surprise me if someone like PSG come in, because they're the only ones also capable of paying in 350 grand a week. And you had all these people saying, oh, well, when Ozil's fit, he's going to prove you wrong. He's crucial to the Arsenal side. I'm like, is he crucial to the Arsenal side?
Been hearing that for 5.5 years, mate.
I've looked at the last run that he hasn't played. And
can I just say as well, I know I'm cutting you off full flow here, right? Everyone sits there, all these fanboys sit there and go, oh, yeah, but look at his assist stats. Oh, look, best number 10. Yeah, quickest to 50. Yeah, 50. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Seriously, who cares about assists? You could pass fucking Aubameyang. I'll tell you something, right? When Thierry Henry run the whole length of the fucking pitch against Tottenham, and now he's got a statue outside the ground, who passed him the ball? Was it Vieira or Pires? Whoever passed him, did they get the fucking assist for that?
I think it was. I think one of the defenders cleared the ball from a corner, and he's just picked up and
do you know what I'm
ran.
saying? Yeah, but that's an assist, Lewis. That's an assist. That is how fucked up assist stats are. Fuck off. Man run the whole length of the pitch and that guy's getting an assist. Jog on. Yeah? Aaron Ramsey, when he scored that screamer against fucking Galatasaray, right? Which was 4 years ago today, I think, by the way, or yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
When that fucking ball's come out to him, does that guy get the assist and then pinging that 35-yard screamer in? Do you know what I'm saying? Assist stats are the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard of, right? And now, this season, right, and this is why I jumped in and cut you off, right? Mesut Özil this season has played better, in my opinion, than he played the whole of last season. This season, I do think he has played so much better, right? But go and have a look at his assists this season. Nowhere fucking near. Nowhere near at this stage last season, compared to this stage. He's got less assists this time at Christmas, nearly, than he had this time last year. Yeah, but apparently assist stats are great. No, bollocks. He has been better this season than he was at this point last season. This point last season, man's shopping in Sweden. Yeah, ducking out of fucking headers against fucking Ashley Williams. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he has played better this season, but his output, goals and fucking assists, yeah, although he has scored a few goals this season, but his assist stats, which is what he's in the team for, has been less this season than it was last season. But everyone goes on about assists, where I think he's played a lot better this season than he did last season. Assists are bullshit.
And that's the thing. For me, I think he's a wonderful player when he wants to be.
Exactly.
And I hate players like that. I hate players. And this is why people don't understand why I defend Iwobi. Because for me, I criticised Iwobi yesterday. I was very harsh in the mark I gave him yesterday. But
I see it.
two things that shows. A, no player is beyond my criticism. I don't care who you are. You're not Jesus Christ. No player is beyond my criticism. So if I see a player's playing shit, I don't care if I like him. I will say he's playing shit. And there's no intimidation that can stop you from telling me playing shit. And then secondly, the reason that I defend Iwobi when I see it's necessary to defend Iwobi is, listen, no one would tell me that Iwobi is more talented than Özil. But I'll tell you something, that motherfucker will try 100 times harder than Mesut Özil ever would in a game. I don't care what anyone tells me. He'll put in 100 times more effort than a Mesut Özil. I don't care what running stats you want to bring up. I don't care. I don't care if he's your favorite. You have to be honest with the performances that you see. And so for me, I will continue to put shit on Twitter. If it criticizes Özil, so be it. If it praises Özil, so be it. I'm sick of this shit. It's like I have to second guess myself every time I put something about Özil.
See, this is the thing, Chris, right? He is the only footballer at Arsenal that is immune from criticism by a certain section of our fans. And I'll tell you what this reminds me of, right? Eden Hazard. Right? Yeah. Eden Hazard's the best thing in the fucking world. Oh, he thinks he can play for Madrid. Yeah, really? Why didn't they ever bid for you then, bruv? Yeah? Right? Man's sitting there giving it the fucking Bertie. Oh, Man City is missing a player like me. Really? They're reigning champions, mate, and they've fucking lost 3 out of the last 63 games. They ain't missing you. They are not missing you. Yeah? You think you're good. You had a good August. You ain't scored since fucking August. You got player of the month in August. You scored 7 goals. You ain't scored a goal since. We're now in December. Yeah? And he is exactly what Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans are the same with him as Arsenal fans are with Ozil, right? And the quicker Arsenal fans come to terms with the fact that this manager right now ain't buying passengers, mate. He don't want a passenger. He will bin that motherfucker, right? And he will go and buy somebody of like half the fucking quality that will do a better job for the team, yeah? And we'll be like Guendouzi, £8 million. Like I said, I would have 11 of that kid in my team rather than 11 Ozils. Because when the chips are down, that kid will fucking battle for you. He won't. Yeah, he'll just sit there and wave his arms about and put his head down and slump his shoulders. Yeah? Oh, what could... That pass Bellerin done against Tottenham, and Ramsey squared it to Aubameyang for the equaliser. If that was Ozil, there'd be fucking vines made out of that shit. Because it's Bellerin, nothing said. Because it's Ramsey, nothing said. If that was Ozil doing either of them 2 passes, the wank fest would have been unbearable, mate. Yeah? And I'll tell you something, right? We will flog this guy. And it'll be a cut price fee so that the team that buy him take on his fucking wages, right? And I see somebody today go, oh, yeah, but what if you don't want to go? Tough shit. Yeah? You're 30 years old. If the manager says to you, I ain't playing you because I don't think you're up to the fucking fight, what are you going to do? Waste your career sat on the bench? You've got another 3 years in you, yeah? What, are you going to sit on the bench?
Yeah, he won't be sitting on the bench.
Of course he won't. He'll go with the money. He'll take it and he'll fuck off and he'll go and play. And I'll tell you something, in Italy or Spain, he will smash it. He ain't smashing it in this league because he ain't got the physicality to fucking smash it in this league. And this league's too quick for him. Players like him are a thing of the past.
And you know what? Just to add some balance to it, because I know people are getting a bit tetchy that we're still talking about this subject. Let me say this. To be fair, if he comes back and proves us all wrong and has a storming end to the season, you will see me eat the biggest humble pie and be happy about it. Not a problem. Yeah. Not a problem.
Chig, all season, I fucking bigged him up.
Hold on. My criticism for me is not even necessarily against Mesut Özil. It's for fans that vigorously will attack because you've happened to put a story up that suddenly just spoils your world about Mesut Özil.
I see the comments are what you believe the Sun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
all right, okay. Well, the Daily Mirror reported it, then the Guardian reported it, then everyone else has reported it. So we're not believing any of them now. Yeah, but if that was the story saying that Arsenal were about to buy fucking Martial, yeah, everyone would believe it, whether it's the Sun or not. But because it's Mesut fucking Ozil, oh no, the snowflakes come out. Fuck off, man. Listen, I've seen Dennis Bergkamp. That's a proper number 10. This guy ain't even fit to lace his boots, yeah? He is nowhere near his ability. David Silva at Man City is the number 10 that fucking Arsenal fans think Mesut Ozil is. I would even take Christian Eriksen over this guy. Yeah, Eriksen's got a better output. Yeah, in terms of affecting a game, his stats might be less, but watch what Eriksen does. Right,
I have to agree with you on that, Lee.
Yeah.
And also, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all right. I have the last word.
I'm sitting here thinking, like, 'cause I like to play a bit of football myself, right? And there's nothing worse when you're giving your absolute all for the team, and then you turn around and you see one player becoming really lazy. I've experienced it so many times.
exactly.
And
How many times in the last five years have we seen our striker? Okay, let's go back to last season. Since the beginning of last season, we signed Lacazette. Yeah, right. How many times does Lacazette run past Ozil to get the ball back in midfield?
Countless.
Exactly. That tells you all you need to know. Lacazette, yeah, runs past our central attacking midfielder, and all you get is little kids come out and go, "Oh, well, that's not his job to track back." Fuck off, man. That is Premier League football. You don't need any passengers. Go and play in Madrid. Go and play for Inter Milan. Go and play for Galatasaray. Go and play for fucking some Chinese team. Yeah, because I don't want a passenger in my team. We got fucking Liverpool on the 29th of this month away at Anfield. No way in a million years is Ozil starting that game. And do you know what? I'll believe we have a chance because he ain't starting.
All right. Well, all right. So let me move this on before people start.
Before everyone fucks off and don't watch it anymore.
Fuck this. Ozil back to the session.
No, listen, like I said at the beginning, I don't dislike the guy. I just want him to play better. He ain't got it in him. Ta-ta.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about you know what, Lewis, let me get your opinion, right? So I'm guessing because you didn't watch much of the match or remember much of the match, you probably had to rewatch it, right? So
no, I ain't even rewatched it either.
All right, I'm going to give you some key pointers of the match, right? So he obviously took Lacazette off, and I thought that was a major an actual mistake in terms of Emery's substitutions. Do you agree with that opinion? I know that some people are very split on this subject. Like, was Emery tactically on point yesterday, or did he make mistakes yesterday?
Well,
what's your view?
If we had lost the game, then you could say that would have been a key decision, but we didn't. And the fact that we won says to me that Emery knows what he's doing. I think he's struggling to play both Aubameyang and Lacazette up top together and find the right formation that will, get the best out of each other. I've been saying it all season that they should, and having a look at it, it's almost like two big fishes in one small pond, and it's really hard for us to accommodate the both of them in the same team together. It really is. I think that is his biggest problem at the moment, Emery. But he got it spot on again. We win the game 1-0. You can't argue with that. Can't argue with it.
Yeah, it's true. He did get the result. What about yourself, Lee? Do you think there was a misstep there? I know you have this unshakable faith in Emery at the moment.
Yeah, man. I was shocked when he went off. I must admit. I was like, wow, he must have been carrying an injury. And when you look at it and analyse it, he had a goal chalked away from him at Old Trafford, right? That was his goal. And if that was Harry fucking Claims from down the lane, yeah, then he would have sworn his fucking kid's life and he would have been given the goal. You know what I mean? Lacazette might come out and go, oh yeah, well I swear on my kid's life, it's my goal. Fuck him. Yeah. So he's had that goal taken away. Then he has a perfectly good goal in that game yesterday, chalked out for offside. Then he gets hooked at half time. Yeah, what's thinking? And he must be looking at that thinking, right, you know, fucking, I've been hooked. But then we don't know whether he's got an injury. You know,
Okay.
he might have had a little, you know, tightness in his hamstring or his calf or anything. We don't know. We're not fucking privy to that shit. Do you know what I mean? But the one thing I'll say is, like Lewis said, right? If we hadn't have won that game, then there would have been questions asked. Why are you taking Lacazette off? Right? But at the same time, I also agree with Lewis. Trying to get the best, and I know they've scored nearly 20 goals this season, right? But trying to get the best out of Aubameyang and Lacazette in the same starting 11, the only way you do that is change the formation, right? And to change the formation, you've got to play with a number 10 with both of them up front, right? And then you've got to go with pace down the wing, right? But then that's sacrificing something in DM, yeah? Right? And I think Emery knows what he wants to do long term going forward. And I think that what we've seen so far from the first 7 months of him being here is he is just adapting to every game based on what's available to him in terms of players. Right? So Monreal's out. He knows Kolasinac can't play left back. So we go free at the back. Right? Monreal, when everyone's fit again, Monreal will be left back, Kolasinac will be benched. Unless it suits the fucking team we're playing. And then it'll be, right, Monreal, you're benched today. We're going free at the back, Kolasinac starting. And we have now got a manager that can adapt, right? But come the summertime, I don't think it'll be massive overhaul because I don't think we need massive overhaul. But there's going to be a lot of fucking changes in this squad in the summer where people are going to raise an eyebrow and go, right, we've got rid of him. Or what? We've brought him. Who's this guy? Like Guendouzi. Who the fuck's he? Did anyone expect this kid to come in and start as many games as he started? Do you know what I mean? £8 million. Lucas Torreira, 20 fucking odd million quid. Yeah, £33 million for the pair of them.
But you know what? And this is going to be controversial. This is going to be controversial, but I'll say it. This is what, the previous manager used to do in his first 10 years at the club, where he used to discover these diamonds and produce them into world-class players. Vieira, for example.
Yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, Chig, right, every single football club in the world now knows the French market. Yeah. Right? Back then, they didn't. The scouting networks of Man City, Chelsea, you've only got to look how many players them two clubs have got out on loan. Right? It's ridiculous. They have got the most amount of footballers out on loan than any other club in the league, any other clubs in the league, right? Now, the scout that we've got, right, this is why I lay off Stan Kroenke's back, right? And let's be real, nobody's really mentioned that guy all year since the season started, right? Because it's going so well. If it had gone sideways and gone the other way, everyone was saying, oh, Stan's a tight prick, we only spent 70 million in the summer. Yeah? And that is how reactionary football fans are, right?
I still think this summer is crucial for him, though. I will say that. Massively.
But do you know what, right? I see a tweet earlier. I think it was DT that posted the tweet. Yeah? First 15 games of a season, as a new manager, Emery's got more points than Pochettino had, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Conte, all these other managers. Emery has got more points from the first 15 games at the start of his tenure at a football club than all of them managers had, right? And look at the squad we've got, right? He has come in and took us, yes, we're only fifth in the league, right? But we're 2 points behind third, right? And we're not a million miles away from top. And had we beaten Chelsea, which we should have done with the chances we missed, had we beaten Man United, and on another day we would have, if we hadn't played Tottenham before that, I think we would have beaten them. But we put so much into that Tottenham. So there's another, few points, 5, 6 points, whatever it may be, that we could have, another 5 points we could have had. We'd be right near the top of the table now.
Don't forget the Palace game as well, Lee.
Yeah. But at the same time, we got lucky against Everton. We got lucky against Watford. We got lucky against West Ham. Yeah, we've got lucky in so many games, right? And that's why yesterday when we had them decisions go against us, I slagged the ref off, obviously. But it swings around about. So everyone was saying, oh, Arsenal have had so much luck this season. Well, yesterday we had no luck and we still ground it out. And this manager, right, I fully believe, right, from what he has done in his first 15 Premier League games, plus the other games we've had, 23 games in total, look at what he's done with a squad that ain't really up to it. Yes, we've got 2 bangers up front. Yes, we've got good players across the squad. but we're light years behind Man City in terms of squad depth. We're light years behind Liverpool in terms of squad depth, and we're not a million miles away from them. Right? So when it comes to January, I expect us to go and do a little bit, maybe get rid of a couple of players. But then summertime, that's crucial. And then we will see how serious this club is, right? Because if we're right, if we get top 4 this season, the club have got to back him 100%. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he's the sort of manager that's going to go out and do 75 million on a Van Dijk. I don't think he's that kind of manager. I think he'd rather go for a 20 million pound, but know that that guy will give him 75 million pounds worth of fucking output. You see what I mean?
I prefer that personally. If we could spend less and get just as much, if not more, why wouldn't we?
Look at Socrates, right? Socrates is everything we've needed for a decade. Yeah, 16 million quid. Lucas Torreira is the buy of the fucking season. Don't even care, mate. That kid, we need to strap him up before Madrid and Barca come chasing. Right?
Looking at
right. And if you look at our business, even Stefan Lichtsteiner, yeah. Mate, yesterday he's having it. He's pushing people away. Every time a player fucking, I think we played Brentford, he was in the geezer's face, telling him get the fuck up. Yeah, and that's rubbed off on Bellerin because Bellerin started to get a little bit of a nasty streak this season. You know, he was telling Vertonghen all about himself the other day. He was shouting at Ramsey for not tracking back, and now I fully believe in this manager. Right now, whether we finish 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't really care. Yeah, it'd be nice to get Champions League because obviously, you know, fucking. That's the be all and end all for some fans. I don't really care. As long as we're improving, which we are, I'm happy, which is why I've not gone negative on anything all season, right? But look at what he's doing with this squad now. Wait till he has his full squad of his players, right? I'm fully confident that if we have a proper summer transfer window, we'll challenge for a title next season. I'm fully confident of that.
I agree, mate. I totally agree. He excites you again. He breathes that life into the club. The previous manager got way too comfortable and thought, right, my way is the only way, you know. And it's just nice right about now.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, Emery turns up every day, and all he's doing is coaching the team. Yeah, the previous manager was dealing with players' contracts. You know, fucking building training grounds at stadiums. Like fucking, we need the fucking, you know, this there and that there. Yeah, Emery just literally rocks up, gets on the training field and trains them players and coaches them players, right? And somebody said it, I think it was Rio Ferdinand said it after we played United. He said, if you look at Man United under Jose and then look at Arsenal under Emery, they are a reflection, that squad and their teams are a reflection of their managers. Yeah, Jose's team don't really know what they're doing. And they're arguing and they just look lost, like Jose does. Unai Emery's young, he's full of beans, he's confident, and everything's happy. And look at Arsenal on the pitch. Yeah, it's a reflection of Emery. When we scored that goal yesterday, go and look at the celebration from Emery. Yeah, he run down the touchline, he's jumping it up at his number 2, he's fist pumping, he's fucking giving it everything. And he never sits down. Yeah? Like the whole game, every single game, even the Europa League game against Vorskla, I watched that on TV, right? When we played them away the other day. You could hear him telling every single player where to pass the ball. Yeah, he was telling Smith Rowe, pass to Ramsey. It ended up with a penalty. Yeah, he's telling Ramsey, pass here. Yeah, Matteo, pass here. Do this, do that. And he's talking his players through the game because for him, that's where he earns his money. Right? All that hard work in the week is nothing unless you perform on match day. Right, so that's where he earns his corn, right? And let's be real, he got potted from PSG. So he's under pressure to make a name for himself now, right? And this is the most highlighted league in world football, right? Not only that, he's coming after a manager who's been here for 2 decades, right? But yesterday, at full time, the stadium was 75, 80% full at full time. Against Tottenham, 10 minutes after full time, the stadium's still packed. People are queuing up for beer. I ain't seen that for fucking time, right? And there's just a different atmosphere. Against Huddersfield yesterday, even though it went for as long as it did, 0-0, the fans never gave up in the stadium. Everyone still was like, yeah, we were disappointed when Iwobi gave the ball away or Xhaka gave the ball away or Mickey held on to it too long. But everyone still fully believed and got them players over the line and they were still loud, they were still cheering, they were still supporting, singing the songs, getting behind them. Yeah. We didn't have that for the last couple of years, man. And it's just a different atmosphere.
You would have lost that game somehow.
Or we would have drawn.
Yeah.
I know we beat them 5-0 last season, so some of fucking his loyal fans, yeah, who wear boxes of Coca-Cola on their head, yeah, fucking are tweeting out, I'm not convinced by him and this and that, and we won 5-0. Yeah, fuck off, man. Listen, we won 5. Yeah, we got bantered off away from home all last season. We've got more away points than we did last season, or joint, or whatever it is. Yeah, so I've seen the difference. I'm buzzing with the difference, man. And like, at the end of the day, he don't need £400 million to turn us into title contenders, because he's got the technical fucking nous and the game management, and his substitutions are fucking unbelievable, man. 95% of the times this guy makes a sub, it changes the game. Yeah, we ain't seen that. His signings that he made in the summer, Guendouzi, fantastic. Socrates has been fucking superb, right? Lichtsteiner, I know he ain't played much, but when he has played, he's been brilliant, right? Who else did he buy? Leno. I know he had a couple of fuck-ups against United, although I don't think he had a fuck-up against United, but loads of people think he fucked up. Against Tottenham, he flapped one into the net. But every time the ball goes back and they're passing it around at the back and he's getting 3-4 players press him, he's just chilled, man. He's just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Dink it straight to Torreira, dink it to Mustafi, go across goal, which is the cardinal sin. Yeah, like whip it across. We all see Petr Cech nearly score an own goal by whipping a ball across his own goal.
That guy, please,
Yeah.
please.
When Leno does it, it's cool as a cucumber, man. No pressure. Everyone's just like, yeah, we got a proper keeper. And every single one of his signings has been unreal. Torreira's fucking player of the season. So, you know, if he's buying players like that for 70 million quid combined, I fully trust him with another fucking 70 million, 100 million, 200, whatever it is. And I believe that next summer, when we get rid of the few that shouldn't be here, and he gets the ones he wants that are his mould, that will do what he wants them to do, i.e. a Welbeck type player, physical, good runner, like fucking not going to moan, and they'll just fucking be happy to be subbed, like all of them have. Yeah, they've all got their heads down. Like, and I'm fully confident that when he gets his whole squad together with the fucking Aubameyangs, the Lacazettes, etc., that will challenge, man. Listen, Man City are beatable. We see that yesterday.
Yeah, true.
And if we played Man City right now, or when we played Tottenham, for example, I know we've got injuries now, but if that was Man City we played when we played Tottenham, and we put that level of intensity in, we would have had a great chance to beat Man City. Do you know what I mean? And like Chelsea away, we were just unlucky. We were unlucky, man. They got the goal at the right time that killed us off, and we'd missed a hatful before that. So yeah, I'm happy, man. Listen, at the end of the day, when this guy took over in May, did anyone expect it to have gone as good as it's gone? I don't think they did, not even me. You know? So yeah, I'm happy, man.
I agree. One of the things I promised I was going to answer a couple of questions that people left in the chat room.
Yeah, go on, man.
One was from Unique, and he asked whether he believes that 3-5-2 is the way to go. Now, my view is that I think that shape works if you play a number 10. Now, people will look towards Mesut Özil. It doesn't need to be a Mesut Özil, just anybody who can play number 10. I think what we saw yesterday is you need someone who's going to give service to the strikers. So, yes, I like that shape, but it needs to be someone capable of playing that position. What do you guys think?
I agree with you. I think 3-5-2 is a really good formation. If it needs to be changed to another, it's quite free-flowing. You get to pack out the midfield, and you've also got two strikers to aim for. And it can't work when it's a flat three in the middle. You need one of them to push up and almost be, you know, like you said, Chig, as a number 10. Otherwise, the formation don't work. I mean, look at yesterday. Look how long it took us to actually. We was creating a lot of chances, but it just took a real long time just to get that goal. And I think if we had a number 10, I'm not saying Özil himself, but someone who's used to playing in that position, I think it would have been like a 4 or 5-0, easy.
Yeah, agreed. How about yourself, Lee?
I don't know, man. It's difficult because at the end of the day, we could have put anyone at number 10 yesterday. Iwobi, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, if he was fit. We ended up playing Lucas Torreira there, and he scored the winner. Do you know what I mean? So, and at one point, Torreira was the deepest player. The next point, he's playing at number 10. It's like, it was hard to see where Guendouzi was playing at some points in that game and where Torreira
But to
was.
be fair, Torreira only scored when 2 number 10s came on.
Well, exactly. And that's the thing, right? Like, see, the thing we've got now is we can change formation 2, 3, 4 times a game, which we have done this season at certain games, right? Against Tottenham, we changed formation 3 or 4 times. Yeah, and it changed the game. We won the game. Yeah, hence, like, as well with the substitutions he made. But again, at the weekend, like yesterday, he changed it a few times, and I think that bringing Iwobi on, we were crying out for pace yesterday, right? And when I see the starting 11, I was like, "Wow, mate, there's no pace in this team." I was shocked Iwobi didn't start. Yeah, and I thought Iwobi would have started at number 10 because I thought he'd done well there against Chelsea. Yeah, and the season before he done well there against Chelsea, but I trust him 100%. Listen, if we go and buy a number 10 and get rid of Ozil, I will trust whoever he buys. End of. We could go and buy a kid I've never fucking heard of, but I will trust his signing because it's his, Sven's and Raul's signings. Let's be right here as well, right? This Raul oversee Barcelona's most dominant period in their whole history. He was their sporting director for that 15 years they dominated, right? So he's not going to come to Arsenal, understand Kroenke, on the basis we're not going to go out there and not be able to close deals because of an extra 1 million or 2 million. He's come here and gone, I'll come and work for you, leaving Barcelona to come to you if I get X, Y, and Z. Sven, I can see why Sven left Borussia Dortmund. We're a bigger football club, right? And this guy is a fucking top scout. We've seen that already, mate. Some of the players that have come into this club already, we've seen that. Torreira and Guendouzi are 2, yeah, just to start off with, right? But then you've got Emery, who's won 3 Europa Leagues. Just type into YouTube Sevilla, yeah, FC, and just go and watch some of the highlights of their games. Yeah, this team are fucking. I watched them in the Europa League final against Liverpool. Sturridge scored a fucking amazing goal in that final. Yeah. Other than that, they bossed that game. Yeah, and how many players can you name from their squad from that day? Do you know what I'm saying? Right? Because they're all hardworking, they're all physical, they're all fucking muscular. Yeah, they're all tenacious. They'll fucking die for that football team. And it reminds me of fucking Inter Milan under Jose Mourinho. Yeah, Inter Milan weren't the greatest team in the world, but he got them to the point where they'd run through fucking brick walls for that guy. And you ask, like, if you see any interviews of them Inter Milan players, they were all crying when he left. Yeah, literally crying when Jose left, right? And that is how I see Emery can get us. Not the biggest names in the world, but everyone will underestimate us and we'll just go about our business and we'll unearth gems left, right and centre. But when we need to go and buy a big one, we'll go and buy a big one. Yeah, and now we've got a manager that is up to date with modern fucking football and will not sit down playing with his zip all game, right? Or struggling to put his hand in his coat, right?
Or playing with an elastic band.
You know what I'm saying? He'll be stood on the touchline guiding his team to fucking victory. And even against Wolverhampton Wanderers this season, right? I thought Huddersfield yesterday was the worst game we've played, even worse than Wolves. Them 2 games are the worst games we've had this season, right? That Wolverhampton Wanderers game, we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. Yes, we got lucky with the goal. They should have been 4-5-0 up, but we kept going. We weathered the storm, we rode our luck, and we fucking kept going to the death. Right? Last season, that would have been a 2 or 3-0. Yeah? Against Huddersfield, last season, I know we battered them 5-0, but the way that game went yesterday, we would have drawn that game. Yeah? Now, we're now progressing. Mate, listen, I can't believe how well it's gone. And there's a lot of people that expected it to go nowhere near as good as this that are now fully on board. And I think the game that kicked that over the line for a lot of the previous managers' lovers that have now fully embraced Emery was the Tottenham game. That game, yeah, has now gone, do you know what? We're a serious outfit again. And I said to you the other day, there was people coming up to me after that game that I've fallen out with over the years. Right, that we've patched it, and they're coming up to me at full time, having full-blown combos with me, like how fantastic was today. Yeah, so now everyone's pushing in the same direction, And mate, it's great. It's exciting to go and watch Arsenal again. I'm going for carrier bag, carrier bag.
Quarterback, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm going for that game on Thursday. The game's going to be dead. We've already won the group. It's going to be reserves. The stadium will probably be half empty. I'm still going because I want to watch my team again. Do you know what I mean? It's exciting for me. So yeah, I'm buzzing, man. I fucking can't wait to see us play again.
Okay. All right. Well, kind of as we kind of move on, we've talked about what we hope will happen against Qarabağ, and Southampton is a bit of a tricky tie. I'm going to do something a little unusual and move a couple of weeks ahead into the Liverpool game just to close out the show. What do you expect to happen? Little talking points that you expect to happen going into that game, because I must be honest. That game terrifies me. It really does terrify me. It terrifies me most seasons, but I guess if there's anything that's going to really test this unbeaten run of ours, it's that game. What are you? And then if that ain't bad enough, Man City is the week after. What are you expecting off the back of those two games, realistically?
Boy, well, for me, it all depends on who. If we get any players back from injury, that would be nice. If we can, for me, if we get 2 points, then that's a big bonus. Providing that we haven't dropped any points to Southampton and Burnley. It's a game where, especially Liverpool, we've already had the blueprint for what we need to do. We've already seen what we need to do. We already know the level of what we need to go to. And Anfield is not going to be an easy place to go to. Their fans have that place rocking. So we need to go there and we need to quieten down the crowd and just go there and just absolutely frustrate them. Don't let them get any time to breathe, just like we did at the Emirates. So if we play anything anywhere near like we did at the Emirates in October, then I'll be very, very happy. Very happy.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Colin even says in the chat room, shout out to Colin, much Arsenal.
Yes, Colin.
He even says that, he is confident that we'll beat Liverpool and end that unbeaten run. I hope so. I've got a lot of Liverpool friends as Liverpool fans, man. I hope so. I'd love it just to stick it to them, even if it's just for that one game. Like, say something. Shut up. So, Lee, you're usually one with weird confidence when it comes to certain games. Are you confident off the back of those two games?
I was at Anfield when we got slapped up last season.
That's what I'm saying, bruv.
And we're ironically standing there, all the away fans are ironically standing there going, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. As it went 4. And yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really great. I loved Anfield. Really love it. Got great memories of that place. I'll be honest, right? I'm going to that game as well, by the way. Right?
Yeah, I think you might.
I do like that stadium. I must admit, it's everyone says, oh, the atmosphere at Anfield's overrated. No, it ain't. That game that we played there was a Sunday 4:00 kickoff, and it was fucking loud, man. The only stadium I've been to that's louder was Atletico away. Yeah, and that's out of all the stadiums. Everyone goes on about Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle was dead. Dead. Right? You were there, Lewis, isn't it? Newcastle was dead, didn't it?
It was, especially like when we scored, you could hear a pin drop.
Exactly.
But I've heard
when Xhaka scored, after Xhaka scored, right? So we celebrated the goal. What?
Even before we scored, they weren't all that, innit? Do you know what I mean? We've been loud at stadium together.
Drop at St James's Park. I was expecting something like a lot better than that. We've had better nights at the Emirates playing lesser teams than St. James. The Brentford game.
Exactly.
The Brentford fans were absolutely brilliant. They sung from minute 1 to minute 90, and I'm absolutely gutted that I'm not going to Anfield. But it's all about getting a point there. I think that is the sole.
I'll be honest, right? Now we've got a proper manager, right? and we've got 2 proper strikers. Because when we went to Anfield last season, we drove all that way up there, and we're sitting there, driving up there going, right, Lacazette's going to start, Kolasinac's going to start, and we're thinking like of ways we can beat Liverpool. We get into Liverpool, the team's announced, Laka and Kolasinac on the bench. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oxlade-Chamberlain starting, 3 days later he signs for Liverpool. You know what I mean? We ain't got all this drama this time, right? The one thing I'll say is Liverpool are better this season than they are last season because they got a proper goalkeeper now, and he's been decent. He has been decent.
So are we.
Yeah, so are we. And they've got a proper centre back that has organised that defence. I see him when we played Liverpool at the Emirates. That guy don't stop talking, Van Dijk. He is talking to his fucking whole back line, keeper, CDMs, the lot. Yeah, and he's guiding his team through the game. Yeah, and he's a top. I'm gutted he went there, man. We should have fucking gone in for him. But I don't think we'll lose. Okay. I really don't. I don't think we'll lose.
I told you. This is where
Lee gets... And do you know why I don't think we'll lose, right? They're the home team. They have got to come on to us. Yeah. Right? Now, if you watch the game back again, when we played them at the Emirates, they never pressed us like they press every other team they play because they were shitting themselves with Aubameyang's pacing behind. Yeah. Right? So they were like, we're not going to go too far forward pressing because one long ball over the top of Aubameyang's gone. And that actually happened a few times in that game, and we didn't capitalise on that, yeah? But I think because they've got to come on to us, we have a chance. And Kolasinac pocketed Mohamed Salah. Literally marked him out the game to the point he got substituted. Yeah, and there was that tackle with Xhaka where he run the whole length of the pitch and slide tackled Salah. Firmino, I think he's the most underrated player in the league. I've said it umpteen times on here. He was shit. Got substituted for a centre-back. And that's how much they were worried about us at the Emirates. They subbed him for a centre-back. Yeah. The only one that stayed on out of that front three was Mane. And other than the goal that was offside, that weren't offside, he didn't really do nothing. But obviously it's at Anfield. It's an evening game, a 5:30 kickoff under the floodlights. Christmas, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? There's always a weird fucking results at Christmas. But I'm going to go to Anfield this year full of confidence that we've got a chance of winning. But not only winning, we're not going to get lamped 4-0. And it's not going to be a bend over and fuck me up the arse fucking... Or up the fanny, whichever takes your fancy.
No discriminating.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's all gender neutral in here, bro. I've done my best.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. I've got one very, very final question, just because she's our girl, and that's Karen Russell. Yes. So keep it very brief so we can wrap up. And that is, she asked a question about yesterday's ref. So, Lewis, do you believe that yesterday's ref will ever referee in the Premier League again, or do you think he should referee in the Vanarama Conference League?
He's not good enough to referee in the Vanarama League. He's not even good enough for Sunday League. He was fucking toilet. He was toilet. Like he really frustrated me yesterday, the referee. He was so dog shit. Like he gave 3 yellow cards to us for simulation. I believe that one of them out of the 2 was a dive. I think Guendouzi.
Yeah, Guendouzi, yeah.
The other 2, I'm like, what? Like, he gave some really strange decisions as well. He was fucking shit. Every referee we get is shit. It's just a continuing trend. And
go on.
Am
I wrong about this, or does when a ref hands out a certain number of yellow cards, I swear they almost held it to account to explain why they handed out a certain yellow card for X, Y, Z.
Yeah, they have to put it in their match report. When Lacazette scored that goal at Old Trafford the other day, where he headed it out of De Gea's hand, yeah, in his match report, Wayne told me this as well, right? In his match report, apparently he disallowed the goal because he didn't see it.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah, didn't see it.
Seriously. Yeah, when I heard that, I was just like, I want to chuck my phone at the ball. Like, you got 4 officials at the game. Yeah. All right, one of them's definitely not going to see it. Yeah. The linesman on Kolasinac's side, he ain't going to see that. So He's out of the equation. So is the fourth official. How you're telling me, right, that the lino missed it as well when it's in his eye line?
Exactly.
Come on, and the free kick as well. You're looking along the line. The lino's looking along the line. Why didn't he raise his flag for Herrera offside? It's ridiculous. It's absolute a joke. We seem to be getting substandard refereeing again at our games.
But at the same time, on the flip side, we have been lucky this season at certain times, so it evens itself out.
I agree with that too, to be honest.
We got the handball Lacazette. I know that should have been a penalty on Lacazette at Palace, right? But he handballed it. You know, we've had other decisions this season where we've got lucky, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, fucking it evens itself out. And just my little input on the referee. I said on AFTV after the game, he made Mike Dean look like Pierluigi Collina.
Oh, you didn't. Why? Don't disrespect
would you rather have that referee yesterday over Mike Dean? Come on, Lewis, man. I'd have Mike Dean all day long. We've won our last 3 Spurs fucking games with Mike Dean.
I'd rather ref it with my one knee, to be fair. I would rather referee over Mike Dean with my dodgy knee. I can't even fucking run. So that just tells you my feelings. But at the end of the day, we can't keep using the referee as an excuse for why we're dropping points and stuff. We need to just forget about the officials and just go out there and do the business, really. So his decisions aren't influential on the overall result.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it from us here. Just giving you an hour. Thank you for everybody that's listened. I know there's a bit of a competition today. Everyone suddenly decided to jump on the Sunday evening wave and do a show. So thank you for everybody that has watched. Tom Cannon, who is a friend of the show, the Gooner Talk host, go check out his show after this. And he's got Kenny Ken and I believe Lee Judge is on. So I'm going to watch it after. So there's no reason why you guys shouldn't. So go check out his show. Also, if anyone is speaking to Claude, tell him to check out his DMs. He always comes into the chat room and says, you guys need me on the show. And I DM'd him a few times. And he never checks his DMs. So someone tweet at him and say,
I'll text him now, man. I'll text him.
So there's that. And also, one thing I wanted to kind of just say as well is, you know, I've been thinking about ways to kind of freshen up the show. We're coming towards the end of the year. So it makes you reflective, you know? And I kind of want to keep this show as busy for you guys as possible. So we're going to tweak some stuff, make some changes. I'm talking to a few people about certain individual projects that I'm doing. Me and Lee have actually had a couple of offline conversations about certain projects, as well as conversations that I'm going to have with Ola. Big shout out to him because I just see this popped up in the chat room. Me and Ola are also we're working on a project at the moment that we're going to slightly evolve a little bit. And we hope to start making announcements sometime in the new year. So don't ever think that this is it for the Gooner Eagle Eye show. I'm going to switch some shit up and evolve it and make it special for you guys. Because I do appreciate everyone that does. You know, I didn't think that this thing would turn into the thing that it has. And I always want to make sure that I appreciate you guys who listen to the show. Never want to take you guys for granted. So I just wanted to put that out there and be all mushy for a second. All right?
Yeah, now we've got over the soppy shit.
I know, right? Also, thank you so much to our special debutant, Lewis.
Yes, he's been decent, man.
Not bad self, people. Thank you, Jig.
Good debut, bruv. Good debut. That was like Lucas Torreira's debut, bruv.
There you go.
I don't know about no Lucas Torreira debut, but yeah, maybe a Cole Jenkins.
Okay, we'll say Aubameyang's debut. Didn't Aubameyang score in his debut?
Yeah, true.
Lacazette definitely did. I know that much. It took him 40 seconds.
I was at that game as well, man. Leicester at home. I remember that game.
Joe, that's only one of the only home games I missed last season.
Let the people know where they can find you, Lewis, man. Let the people know where they can
On
find
Twitter, you can find me Lulu411986 on Twitter.
Spell Lulu because everyone's going to go Lou.
It's LEWLEW, and on Instagram it's LOUIE Gram04. I think.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I'll put all of that in the description below. As if people don't know where they can find Lee, but Lee, let the people know where they can find
But
you.
if they don't, where the fuck they've been hiding?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lee Gunner82, Twitter. Oh, my Twitter's gone mad. Seriously, I said this to you the other day, mate. Fuck me. Every tweet I put up just bangs. It's like, I ain't even trying. It's crazy, man. I can't keep up with my notifications. So if I do ignore your tweets, it's not done like deliberately. I just genuinely cannot keep up with my notifications. Like if I'd go out and do something for a couple of hours, I come back, there's like 3,000 notifications. And it's like you scrolled all the way through them. And then as soon as somebody else's tweets you, it takes it all the way back to the top. So you have to keep scrolling. Oh, no, fuck that, man. Yeah, they need to fix that app, seriously. You get halfway
you need
down.
a new phone, man. You need another phone.
Wrong with my iPhone X, bruv.
No, you don't really have to put that out. Don't get it twisted.
I'm saying iPhone X. Yeah, fuck
the iPhone. That's what I say. Team Android.
I'm with you, Lewis.
No.
Fuck the iPhone.
Look at anybody
Apple
who
never
posts a
sponsor
picture.
me. I won't lose sleep. Don't worry about
Look at anybody who posts a picture on Instagram, right? You can tell whether it's off an Android or not, yeah? Because it's some fucking blurry shit. Yeah, your face looks like it's been painted on. Yeah, it's like somebody's done some painting. iPhone is crystal clear, man.
Our cameras are so much better than you guys. Tell you that now.
Don't believe you. Anyway, Lee Gunner82 on Insta as well. And do you know what? Big up Chris as well, right? Because when I said last show we done for the preview, I picked up about 10 followers off of this show. Yeah, and
nice.
anyone who follows me on Instagram off this show, DM me, I'll follow you back. Don't forget Lee Gunner on YouTube as well.
I thought you were going to forget again, bro. I was about to give you.
I'm back up to speed now, man.
There you go. Go hit that subscribe button. No,
if you can't find my YouTube for whatever reason, go to my pinned tweet on Twitter and find it that way, or go to my bio on Instagram and there's the YouTube link in there.
Or give me 5 minutes. The link will be in the description below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is what I do. Generally, I try and do a live show with guests most weekends when I can help it. I've got a ton of people wanting to jump on the show. I'm going to try and get as many people that I know, really, and that I respect and reach out to, spoken to before. So that's who I try and get on the show. And just keep an eye out. I will usually make an announcement on my show on Twitter. Which Twitter, you can follow me at Colossal Chick. Instagram, you can follow me at Guna_Eagle_I1. Or just hit the notification bell and you'll be alerted as soon as there's a show that comes on. And that's pretty much it. So we're out of here, people. Go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. The fellas say goodbye. And Lee?
Unai Emery in for fucking ever, bruv. Love
there
it.
You go. Take care, people. Peace.
Laters. Peace out.